Hi, Samantha. Hello. Hi, Samantha. Hello.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Samantha Uncut, where I discuss celebrity news, hot topics, reality TV, and so much more. All commentary is alleged and, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Hey, everyone. I hope you all are having an amazing day, morning, or evening, wherever you are. I'm coming to you with a review for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. They are back with the shade, the messiness, the fashion, the wealth, and I'm here for it. And we're going to get into this season 16 premiere. Oh my God. There's so much to talk about, so let's get right on into it. Make sure that you guys don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share, and please comment below. Let me know what you think about this episode, and let's get into it. So the episode opens with Portia, and she's letting us know how life has been amazing. She's been traveling, being a mom, being a boss. However, she filed for a divorce from Simon, and she gets into the reason as to why she filed for a divorce from Simon, because she said that he's not the person that she thought he was. They were having financial issues, and there were a lot of trust issues. And right off the bat, Portia. How do you not know the man that you married when you stole the man from your alleged friend or associate at the time? And you didn't know who he was, but you married somebody else's husband. So you wanted that person's life and you stole that man. She's already starting off with the bullshit, y'all. She's already starting off with the bullshit. Anyway, she goes on to say that she is still living in the house with her daughter Pilar, and they do a little bit of a flashback with her saying well, she's talking to her sister, and I think it's her mom Diane that she's talking to, and they were just letting her know that, you know, you guys seem like the perfect couple, and Portia is saying like, who the hell did I marry? And there were so many pieces that were missing. Portia, what do you mean who you married? You married somebody else's husband. That is who you married, ma'am. You married somebody else's husband, and this is your karma. The only people who think that what Portia did by marrying Simon at the time, the only people who think that that was right and that Portia did nothing wrong are the people who will uphold some BS, right? Because Portia was wrong at the time when she married Simon. I don't care how you cut it. That man was married to Fallon, and Fallon at the time was Portia's friend or associate. So I don't care how you cut it. She was wrong. And this is her karma. Like what she's going through right now with Simon, that is her karma for what she did. And I'm sorry, but I cannot feel any kind of sympathy for Portia in this moment, because she, to me, and in my opinion, she coveted Fallon's life, and she saw this man with money. She saw the big house that they were living in. She saw the lavish lifestyle, and she wanted that. She wanted Fallon's life, and unfortunately, she got that and way more than she bargained for. So anyways, she said that the divorce process it has been very difficult for her, and she's just trying to find a way to move forward. And then we have Shamia. Shamia is seeming to be the anchor for the season, because as you can see from the cast photo, Shamia is in the middle with her Peach, and right beside her is Portia. And Shamia, for me, watching this episode, it seems like it's more so Shamia's breakout season, and it has me questioning, is this Portia's comeback season, or is this Shamia's breakout season? Because Shamia is coming in with the wealth. You see her house. It's a beautiful $9 million mansion. She has like an elevator from downstairs to upstairs, an elevator from her bedroom. Girl, like money. She is wealth. Okay. Her husband is a Kenyan businessman. He does HVAC installation for the airports and other businesses. So he's doing really well for himself, and he's a very successful guy. They have two beautiful children, and they are looking to expand. Shamia had issues in the past with her last daughter, Shiloh, who is 15 months old, and she was born prematurely via surrogate, and she had over a dozen surgeries. So, even with that, Shamia and her husband, they're still looking to expand their family. So Shamia had her family over, her mom, her dad, and nephew, and I believe her sister over, and she was discussing about planning a party and her friends that she will be inviting, and she wants to introduce her family to her friends. So Shamia is Portia's longtime best friend. They've known each other since they were kids. They grew up together and they've been best friends. However, over the years, Portia and Shamia's relationship, it has become a little bit of a strain because Portia has been the one at the forefront for a very long time. Shamia has been the friend of the show, or a friend of Portia. Most people know her through most people know her as being Portia's friend. And I believe that in this season, she wants to step out of Portia's shadow. So she's having her 42nd birthday party, and she wants to invite everyone. So she's just having a discussion with her family about everyone that's coming and planning the party. And I think this is a really good way of her just to step outside of Portia's shadow, because she has a lot going for herself, especially when it comes to her family and her husband. Like they're well known in Atlanta, and Shamia is beautiful, and she's got it going on. She's an actress and singer, a dancer, and an overall entrepreneur. So she's been with her husband for 10 years, and she tells a story of how Shamia tells the longest story about how she met her husband. But to summarize it, she met her husband at a club or a bar, and she was invited to his house for a barbecue. She went over there, shit in the man's house, and they were joined at the hips from there on. She marked her territory, and then they fell in love, and they've been together for 10 years, because the way that Shamia explained it on the show, girl, wrap it up. So then after Shamia, we had Drew, a scene with Drew and Kenya. So Kenya came over with Brooklyn to have a play date, and Kenya and Drew was talking about her divorce from Ralph, like Drew's divorce from Ralph, and Kenya is asking her where Ralph is. Child, the court done ordered Ralph to be in the basement. So Drew and Ralph are living in the same house, but he in the basement. He can't come upstairs. She can't go downstairs because he has his own entrance, and the court says that they need permission from each other to go upstairs or downstairs. This is a hot mess. I ain't never heard nothing like this before. Drew even said that every first, third, and fifth weekend she has to leave the house. What? Kenya is looking at Drew like, girl, what? That is crazy. And I wish in this moment that they gave Kenya some confessionals, because I would love to hear what Kenya had to say in the confessionals about this mess. Because why Ralph gotta live in the house? Why he can't go find a next house to live in? Or why don't he just move to the street, since he likes to be on the street so much? Why he don't just do that? Like, leave the house. You're got a hot mess express. And he's basically making their divorce even harder because he likes to be nasty towards Drew, and they have to communicate through the parental app. And he likes to go into the app and be nasty towards Drew, even though the judge can see these messages. What is wrong with these men? What is wrong with these men? But anyways, Kenya ended up asking Drew what is going on with her, and Drew starts telling Kenya about the fact that she's working on her music, she's acting, and with regards to her music, she is working with Dennis. Dennis is Portia's baby daddy. So Kenya is like, what? Dennis who? Portia's Dennis? And she's like, yeah. And so so Kenya is like, how does Portia feel about this? And Portia said, yeah, that's fine. That's okay. And Drew goes on to tell Kenya about how great Dennis has been in her life. He's basically her angel on earth, and he is so into this whole music thing because he feels that the music is going to help put his daughter through college and school. And Kenya is literally, you can see the wheels turning in Kenya's head. I'm so mad that we cannot get any confessionals of Kenya, because I really wanted to know what was she really thinking in this moment that she is sitting there listening to Drew carry on about Dennis the Menace. Like, what was she really thinking? And then Kenya, with her messy self, is going to say, well, Dennis hasn't produced anything in the wild because Portia tried to put out a song and that didn't go anywhere. And of course, the production with their messy self gonna do a flashback of Portia singing her song Flatline. Literally, no pun intended, but I almost flatlined watching that scene. And Kenya is sitting there looking like she doesn't believe a word that Drew is telling her about how she met Dennis and how they're just having a casual business relationship. Kenya is like looking at her girl, tell that story to somebody else. So anyways, we then get to meet Kelly Farrell. Kelly is a restaurant owner, and she's also an entrepreneur and a celebrity chef. She was married to Chevalo Mark Farrell. He owns Black on Black Enterprise in Georgia, and they have 3 children together: Chance, Chelsea, Chastity, and Kelly have an older daughter, Chloe, that is from a previous relationship. And child, last year I remember I read something about Mark being arrested for contempt because he failed to pay child support. So during their divorce process, he was ordered to pay $626 a month for child support, with an additional $1,500 for child care expenses. And my guy did not pay that $626. By the way, what kind of lawyer or what kind of businessman is only ordered to pay $626 for 3 children, 3 or 4 children? That is insane. But he did not pay the child support for November, December of 2023 and January 2024. So they put him in jail. The man still did not pay from January up till like June of 2024. So he basically, the tea is the man is allegedly a deadbeat dad. That is the tea, according to what I read. I'm going to find the article. I'm going to find the article and I'm going to link it down below if you guys want to read the article from last year. But anyways, Kelly is hosting a birthday party for her 17-year-old daughter, Chloe. And basically she just wants to show Chloe that she's appreciated. She got her 17 gifts and they're all designer bags. And the party is very lavish. She's talking to her friends about the divorce and how she doesn't want to change anything in her children's life, and that their lives are not going to be disrupted by by her and her husband's divorce, and everything is just going to be normal. Then she says she wants to teach her children about being a strong Black woman. And for the life of me, I want us to retire that phrase. I want us to retire the phrase strong Black woman. No, we're not doing that anymore. We are not going to take on that persona of being strong, because that is how and why men, or the men that we decide to choose, are trying to make us carry the load because they see us as strong and we can carry. No, we not carrying nothing. We can't carry anything. We are damsels. We are wanting to live our soft life. We want to be in luxury. We want to be appreciated. We want to be taken care of. We don't want to think. Personally, I just want to wake up in the morning, open my eyes, praise God, and everything is taken care of. I don't want to think about my breakfast. It should already just be ready. I don't want to do none of that. We need to break the cycle and teach our children that it's not okay to be referred to as a strong Black woman. I don't find it as a compliment anymore. At first, I thought it was a compliment until I started seeing how we are treated because we are perceived as being strong Black women. We need to break that cycle. Yes, it's okay for you to be an independent, mature woman with your own mind, your own money. But at the same time, you don't have to be strong for everyone because you are being taken advantage of, and it is not okay. This is why her ex is not paying that $626, because she's a strong Black woman. Girl, you got it. You can take care of all them kids without me paying the $626. And that is just a slap in the face to be ordered to pay $626 and you refuse to pay that. Come on now. But anyways, Portia is back on our screens. This time around, she's meeting with her divorce lawyer, who is Randy, the same divorce lawyer she had when she was married to Cordell and she was going through the divorce with Cordell. So she meets with the lawyer and she's discussing the divorce and that Simon is stopping her from filming in the house because Simon sent a cease and desist. And so she's continuing to talk about how the reason why they are having this conflict and they're going through the divorce is because Simon lied about so many things. She would wonder why when they're traveling they would have to go to secondary. Portia, again, what kind of woman, if you are thinking that you are marrying this millionaire, right? And you're traveling with this millionaire man and you are going to secondary line because his papers aren't straight, why would you proceed with marrying him? Wouldn't you then ask yourself or ask other people, ask immigration lawyer, ask Randy, why would a person need to go to secondary if they're saying that their papers aren't straight? Wouldn't you do that? A normal person would, right? But no, Portia, because you wanted this man's money and you wanted the lifestyle, you went along with the shenanigans. So now that the money has stopped and you are not able to live the kind of life that you thought you would be getting, you want to divorce this man and you want to say that he lied about who he was. In my opinion, I don't think that Simon lied about who he was or what he's doing or his status. I do not believe that. I believe she knew who he was. She went ahead and still married him thinking that everything will work itself out and she's not going to let go of this millionaire. But when the going got tough, she's like, this is going to come out. When she was called back to come back to the show, she's like, this information about Simon is going to come out. So she didn't want that on her. So she decided to go ahead and file a divorce. And that is just my opinion. I don't care what y'all want to say. Portia knew who Simon was, and she went along with it. Now she wants to sit on our TV screens with her crocodile tears like she's crying over this loss of Simon or the loss of her marriage. Girl, I miss me with it. Miss me with all of that, because I don't believe you. I don't believe you, Portia. I do not believe you, Portia. And it is what it is. But moving on, we are then introduced to Britt Edie. She is friends with both Shamia and Kelly. They met up at a restaurant to celebrate Shamia's birthday and also to discuss the party that Shamia is hosting. And so we get a glimpse of Britt's husband. I don't know if Britt is trying to be the new person on Real Housewife who is renting a husband, because there's no way, in my opinion, that Britt can't see that her husband is not interested in women. He is a TJ from Potomac. Let's just say that. He's a TJ from Potomac. But I guess Britt is going to stick beside him because she's rocking a 10 carat ring. She said this is her second ring, and he has upgraded her ring from a 7 carat to a 10 carat. Child, do you, boo? Do you? But they're sitting at the table and they're talking about who will be attending Shamia's birthday party. And Shamia mentioned that Portia will be attending. And Shamia mentioned that Portia is going through a divorce. It's very public. Britt says yes. She believes that Portia is gonna come out on top. And child, here go Kelly with her messy self saying that, well, she should have never took that girl's man. And everybody at the table was like, whoa. Whoa. Even I was like, whoa, where did that come from? But Kelly actually just said what everybody else was thinking. You know, the same way you get him is how you lose him. Well, not in this case. I mean, you lose him to ICE and the federal government. But anyways, you should have never took the girl's man. And unfortunately, he's no longer yours, and it is what it is. And of course, Shamia is doing the right thing by defending her friend by saying that she was not dating Simon at the time when he was married to Fallon, that they were separated. And Kelly's like, no ma'am, no sir. It looks crazy that you would go to someone's house and they introduce you to their husband, and then tutus, you are married to that husband. It looks crazy. And I absolutely agree with Kelly. Even though she's messy as shit, she is correct. It looks absolutely crazy what Portia did. And Kelly in this moment is saying everything that everyone, the general public, has already said and probably thinking. So Shamia goes on to say that she wants them to not judge Portia and to get to know Portia for themselves, because everything in the blogs are not always correct. So she wants Portia to be able to defend herself and for them to hear it from her, because Portia did reach out to Fallon and her ex-husband to let them know that she's there for them. A crock of shit. Like, please, who is girl? Shamia, I know you mean well, but just stop talking. Just because the more you talk is the crazier you make Portia seem. Like, absolute madness. So she then goes on to let the ladies know that Drew is also coming to her birthday party along with Kenya. And then here we go with Britt and her messy self to say that she heard through the grapevine that Drew is dating Dennis. Why? What? Ooh, the mess. Then Kelly is gonna chime in and say that Dennis was commenting on her photos on Instagram. And then Britt, she then says how back in the day she dated Dennis. Listen, Dennis has been around town and he's just a messy man. I don't like Dennis. I don't like him. I do not like Dennis. Then Britt is going to say that she was a video vixen back in the day, back in high school. Girl, what? And that she was in Black Men magazine back in high school. Why were you in videos in high school? What is going on? Britt, all I can say is these rumors out here that we've been hearing about you, ma'am, in this moment, you're not making it seem like the rumors aren't true. So I don't know. I don't know. You're not giving me much to say, all right, let me give you a chance and not believe these rumors, because right off rip, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not looking pretty for you, Britt, but I'm going to see how you show up this season. But anyways, Shamia ended up meeting with Portia, and of course, they're in Atlanta, so they got to go to the strip club and order some Hennessy. They're there at the strip club talking. Well, Shamia is giving Portia the rundown of what happened when she met up with Britt and Kelly and how they were talking about her divorce. And Shamia mentioned how Kelly said that she shouldn't have took that girl's man, and already Portia is like, okay, she can get blocked because Portia is saying she doesn't have the energy for anyone that's gonna come at her from left field. She's not dealing with it. And then Shamia goes on to tell her about Drew and Dennis. And Portia is like, yeah, she know about them hanging out at a birthday party or something like that. And Shamia's face is like, no. And so basically she's figuring out that Drew and Dennis is hanging out more. And Portia is offended by that because she feels like Drew is her friend and she's been there for her. So Drew is crossing the line. And I'm like, Portia, you are married to Simon. Why are you worried about your baby dad and what he is doing with his single life? And the fact that she thinks that Drew violated some kind of girl code with hanging out or allegedly dating Dennis, but she doesn't see how she violated girl code by marrying Simon is insane to me. And after hearing all that tea about Drew, Dennis, and what the girls had to say about her, of course, Portia went and gave the rundown to Cynthia, and Cynthia was asking about how she's doing. And, Portia was telling her she's doing good and she's outside, honey. Like, Portia has been outside. She ain't got no worry about no Simon. Like, Simon who? Outside has been calling her name and she didn't even know she was missing outside. Cynthia is asking about Drew, like how's Drew doing and all of that. Just asking about everybody, and Portia is letting her know that Drew has a great support system because Dennis has been there for her. Cynthia's like, girl, what? Let me come closer to the phone to get this tea. Because what do you mean Dennis and Drew is hanging out and Dennis is being her support system? So they've left the conversation there, and they are gonna meet up at Shamia's birthday party. So over at Shamia's now, Kelly arrived early because Shamia wanted to talk to her about the conversation she had at the lunch when she made the comment about why did Portia steal that girl's man. Shamia let her know that she felt uncomfortable about it because Portia is her best friend and Kelly is her friend. So she doesn't want to be in the middle of them. And so basically, Shamia just let her know that in the future, if you have any issues with Portia, you go and ask Portia directly because she doesn't want to be in the middle. Kelly explained that she's going through a divorce just like Portia, and she knows what it's like to be cheated on. So that's why she felt so strongly about what Portia did with Fallon and how she got Simon. So it was all cleared up. And they both said their piece, and then everyone started arriving for the party. We got Cynthia coming in, then we have Britt coming in, and everyone is wearing white and everyone looks beautiful. Then we are introduced to Angela, who is married to Charles Oakley. He used to play for the Chicago Bulls. And I don't know, I don't know how I feel about Angela's addition to this cast, because right off the bat, Charles don't give two biscuits about any of this stuff, right? You can tell by the way he interacts with the ladies, how he interacts with the men. He don't care nothing about this. And I don't know, Angela, I don't think Angela is meshing well. I don't think she's a good fit for the group. I don't know. Something is just off about her addition to the group. Plus, her wig started lifting. Girl, you ain't got no bold hole. What's going on? You're in Atlanta. Come on now. Come on, Angela. You should know better. So Angela was in the bathroom trying to fix her wig because she was walking around with her wig lifting, and Charles is like, "Yeah, you should go to the bathroom to get that fixed." And I'm just like, "Oh God." And then Lord, Britt walks in with her husband. I don't even know her husband's name, but I'm telling you, mark my words, her husband is not interested in no women, okay? Her husband would be more interested in Lord, let me not say it. I'm not going to say it. So anyways, the queen arrived. Queen Kenya Team Twirl arrived to activate the girls. Listen, Kenya is needed on this show because she know how to activate the girls. So Kenya walks in, she says hi to everyone, and then they're talking about who is getting a divorce. Like 4 ladies are getting a divorce or in the process of getting divorced. And Kenya asks Britt if she is married. And she says, yes, she is married. But the way that it's edited, it seems like Britt said out of her mouth, this is her second ring. But it seems like the way that the conversation was going, it came off to Kenya that this is her second marriage. So Kenya says, "Oh, this is your second ring from another guy?" And she's like, "No, I'm only married once." So obviously they think that Kenya is shading the heck out of Britt. And of course, they're going to start hating on my girl. But when you are the villain of the show, you show up in your true form and you get shit started. So of course the newbies want to have a problem with Kenya because they felt that Kenya was shading them, which I personally did not feel like Kenya was being shady. I just feel like the conversation was edited enough in a way to seem that way. And Kenya said hi to everyone, but Britt was saying that Kenya was a little bit standoffish, and it's like, girl, please, like you just want to have an issue with Kenya, like be for real. Anyway, Shamia comes out and everybody is happy to see her. She gives a speech thanking her husband, and then he brought her outside to show her gift. And Mr. Husband, he bought Shamia a Rolls Royce. He bought her one of those. And while all of this is happening, Portia isn't here yet, guys. Portia is late. late to her best friend's party. And she shows up while Shamia is in her car, and she comes around and taps Shamia, and it's like, Portia, go around so that you don't interrupt your friend in this moment that she's enjoying her gift from her husband. She then apologizes to Shamia, and Shamia let her know that you're late. Like, you're really, really late. And she's telling Shamia that it's the traffic, it's the Atlanta traffic. Portia, you've lived in Atlanta for how many years? You know the traffic. So if your friend has her birthday and she gives you a time, you would know what time to leave your yard to be at your friend's birthday party and not be so late. Of course she's Portia is so in this moment I just feel like Portia was being very insensitive, and she did it on purpose to arrive late to her friend's party so that she can arrive fashionably late. That's just my opinion. I don't think she really cared to arrive early and be there on time for her friend. So we move inside of the house now, where Kenya is getting familiar and mingling with everyone, and she had a conversation with Kelly about the comment that Kelly made. So Kenya is just doing her job, right? And she does it so well. I love her. I love Kenya, and she is being the bone collector. So she goes back to Kelly and asks her like what the comment she made about Portia and why she made that comment. And Kelly just repeated the comment and says, I'm still waiting for an answer. She still hasn't answered the question. So right in that moment, Portia came over, introduced herself because she said that she hasn't met Kelly, and they ended up having the same conversation. And Portia is like, girl, back up. I don't know. Do you even have a last name? Where are you? Who are you? Where did you come from? I don't know you to be asking me those questions about why did I steal that girl's husband or that girl's man? So Portia was very annoyed at the fact that this girl is coming to her this way at this moment. And she's just like, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. And so they went upstairs because it was very loud downstairs. So they went upstairs to have a private conversation. And of course, upstairs, they started talking, and they were asking Drew about her birthday party and how she did not invite anyone to her birthday party. Drew explained that she sent her assistant everyone's number to invite them, and the assistant didn't. However, Dennis was invited, and Dennis ended up inviting Portia to Drew's party. I don't know what kind of threesome business Dennis is trying to have, but no, sir. I think Shamia ended up asking Drew, are you dating Dennis? And it ended there on a cliffhanger because Drew is like, what? Where is this coming from? Guys, there was a lot happening in this episode, and I would say overall, I would say maybe like a 6 or a 6.5. And the reason being for me is that I'm going to actually, you know what? I'm going to give it a 7 because of Shamia's luxury. She literally came in and gave us real luxury, like real money, real fashion. Just everything was chef's kiss. So I'm going to give it a 7 because of Shamia. Everybody else, I'm just like, ugh, I could really do without the new girls because I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not really feeling their addition to the group. And Angela, girl, we could have do without her in this episode. I don't know if she's going to show up later on, but we could have really do without her in this episode. And the whole drama with Portia, I'm over it. I'm over it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share, and I'll see you guys in my next video.